Wake up, America, from this Republican nightmare. To our dear neighbors in America, we, the rest of the world, have a strong preoccupation about some proposals being made in the US electoral process to set a new path and policies to isolate that great nation from the rest of the world. By building walls and promoting trade wars and discriminating, offending, and dividing its own communities, the nation, and the rest of the world. There is no doubt it is a lose-lose proposal. Nobody will win, we all lose. Let us imagine for a moment what will be the consequence for the United States and the rest of the world. A false prophet, Donald Trump, with no compassion, with total ignorance of history and economy, is repeating President Hoover's strategies and policies. That brought about the most gigantic ever depression of the US economy. In fact, increasing taxes to US imports and supposedly protecting US jobs provoked exactly the opposite. The largest unemployment ever, extended poverty all across, and hunger and desperation. By the same token, blocking corporations to invest abroad and limiting immigration to an absolute minimum caused the mammoth depression. If you repeat the same policies, you will repeat the same results. United States has been the champion of open markets for its own extraordinary success. If Trump taxes imported automobiles, the car you American citizens are buying, or instead of paying $20,000 will cost you $28,000. Then, who's paying for the wall? I'm not paying for that fucking wall. Trump should pay for it. And you should not be paying either. Isolating from the world markets, the loss is terrific. United States, at the very best, has 300 million consumers. The rest of the world has 6 billion. And these economies will keep trading freely among themselves. Where are going to do business the Caterpillars, the Googles, the Microsofts, GE, GM, Ford, and others? Where are they going to replace the job losses for America? What are they going to do with their plans and investment abroad? Nobody will win this war. Do you all know that the rest of the world holds 90% of all Nobel Prizes, 70% of all patents around the world, more than 50% of all 100 best universities? What's going to happen with innovation, creativity, and technology? Who is going to collect apples in Washington, to harvest vegetables in California, to nurse the elderly and the retired? Mayor Bloomberg admitted that New York would collapse without the splendid migrant working for it. Do you know that all advanced economies are losing jobs? Yes, that the jobs of the future will not come through manufacturing robots. Productivity is the real threat to jobs. The new economy is by far replacing the losses in manufacturing. People is through entrepreneurship and startups creating their own jobs. Look at San Francisco, Oakland, Silicon Valley. Look at Boston, Massachusetts, Seattle, Austin. This is the truth, not the uninformed, egocentric vision of a false prophet. It is not Mexico or Mexicans to be harmed. It is the same United States. Isolation and walls are only a result of fear. Walls don't work. The Chinese wall did not work against their enemies. The Manchus and the Mongols crossed it again and again, finally conquered China and reached Shanghai in 1644. For Trump's information, this is available for kindergarten kids in Google. A great Republican president came to Berlin to shout loud and clear, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear off this wall." The Berlin Wall then did not work against freedom. Do not waste taxpayers' money. Please, we're all ashamed of this false prophet. Majority of Jewish citizens, Latins, and at our homes, Republicans, religious leaders, Catholics, Mahometans, economic and political leaders, women, and myself, we have been offended. It is embarrassing. It is not us Mexicans who will struggle and strive because of the wall. 3 meters, 5, 10, finally, it's more and more US taxpayers' money. It is not our people who will be taxed greatly for the only American product. It is not the rest of the world who will lose the most. It is the great American nation who will pay the price by following these false prophet, egocentric, greedy dreams for his own power and money. It is a nightmare. Wake up, America. The world of today cannot be conceived without the leadership of the United States. Running a business does not mean having the leadership to conduct a nation and, in a way, the world. God did not create borders, nor less walls. He gifted all people with this great gift for all of us to strive for happiness. Let us not divide. Let us not destroy dreams and opportunities. Let us rejoice and nourish with real compassionate leaders and deals. Let us be inspired by the Washington, Jefferson, Kennedys, Clintons, Gandhis, Mandelas, Churchills, Valesas. I have been deeply offended by Trump, but compassion, forgiveness, and search for harmony will guide us to a blooming United States and a successful rest of the world. Let us build bridges and not walls.